Hello, all. I'm Sean Nittner, and this is the January 2026 edition of State of the Hat. I'm going to go over all the projects that we're working on and tell you about how progress is coming along with all those. Hope that your New Year's gaming is going well. Hope that you are getting to try out new systems. I just played Liminal Horror last night or 2 days ago for the first time, and had lots of fun with a very modern OSR dungeon crawly horror experience. Good times. Check it out. All right. What is up with the hat stuff? And can I do a smooth transition? Time will tell. Huzzah! There we go. Okay, what do we got? First off, Designers and Dragons Origins. The pre-orders for this are open now. If you missed the crowdfunding campaign, if you are a backer of the crowdfunding campaign, you should receive a survey. Fill that out so we can calculate your shipping down the line. In terms of the project itself, the proofreading is nearly done. The final checks are being on book 4 right now, and then all of those changes will go to Chris, our graphic designer, to apply all of them. Once that's all done and we have the final looks, we'll send it to the printer. It's going to be 4 absolutely gorgeous books. So much in all of those. If you have not checked it out already, go to the Evil Hat site or to BackerKit and check out everything there for pre-order. There is still, I believe, a free download if you want to preview it, to take a look in advance. But essentially, if this is the first time you're hearing about it, Designers and Dragons Origins is the history of every D&D adventure rule book, module, setting book, from Chainmail all the way up to Mystera. So it's got the details about the artists, the writers, and everything that they did in the books. So much good stuff by historian Shannon Appelkline. Streets of Jade is just wrapped up the playtest. So we've got a ton of feedback. Some of the feedback looks like this, where it's, how did you introduce the rules? How easy was this to work with? There's also a lot of text responses, and those are where folks ask for more clarity in the conflict procedure, or more examples, or more GIFs to be added. And so we're working on those now. We're also looking at what of the mechanical elements we're providing extra steps to do, but not actually like material important choices. So we're looking for any areas where we had mechanical complexity without tactical depth, or where the mechanical complexity didn't merit the tactical depth that it offered. And in those, we're going to be stripping down and doing further revisions. So I'm very excited to be working with the creator, James Mendez-Hodes, and we'll be doing a lot of development together. Since Agon is a game I co-authored, it's really fun to revisit a Paragon game, and Mendez is doing lots of fun things with it, and so I'm excited to keep developing that with him. I suspect that my next many State of the Half updates will sound like this with regarding the Streets of Jade. This is a long process. The post-playtest revisions are always a lot of work, because it's a lot of feedback to incorporate and to review. Deep Cuts is available now everywhere. You can get it through our website. You can get it on you can get it at your friendly local game store. You can get it through online catalogs. It is the 128-page setting and system supplement for Blades in the Dark, with tons of extra depth about existing backgrounds and heritages, a whole bunch of new factions, a catalyst event called the Other Living World, where the ghost field actually leads to another place, as well as tons of mechanical innovations, that little modules you can swap in and out to change advancement, to change harm, to change trauma, to change load, to change downtime. Lots of really good stuff in there, and you can now get it anywhere. Speaking of Blades, Blade 68, the crowdfunding for this is coming soon. It's going to launch February 10th, so about 20 days from now. And you can check out the follow page on BackerKit. On the follow page, there's a link to download the free 40-page preview PDF. So you can go and check out that preview PDF. It has just lots of great little bits from the game, When the crowdfunding goes live, all backers will get the full current version. It's not the final, but it is the full version of the text, which is 445 pages at the moment, which is so many, both setting material for what Dustfall looks like 100 years in the future, but also absolutely tons of mechanical elements. There are keys, there are deadlocks, there's the trouble engine, there are prestige abilities, so many cool setting and mechanical innovations that Tim has created in Blades 68. I think there's a couple more slides on that regard. Here's a little preview of some of the art and some of the new playbooks and crew playbooks. We got the hull, a soul trapped and the soul of a condemned criminal trapped in a robot body, the swinger, wheeler and dealer, and life of the party, and the hit squad, which is one of the crew playbooks. We've also got Tim's Blade 68 play advice, which I think is just great play advice all the time. Go in boots and all, dig the other characters, make the GM sweat, sell the punches, fuck around and find out, learn to stop worrying, and love consequences. Pretty damn solid across the board, honestly. I'm playing a Cthulhu game right now, and 7th edition merciless game. It's not Pulp Cthulhu. These characters do not have any kind of plot armor. They have no resistance abilities. They can just get ground up and spit out. And playing these characters as though the world is about to end, which it is, has just been so incredibly rewarding because you feel alive. You really do when you just put it on the line and you see what happens. So I think this is great advice in Blade 68. I think it's great advice in any game you play. We are working on a Roll20 module. Notably, there is a quick start module already complete. It will be available once the crowdfunding goes live. You can purchase it on its own if you want, but if you are a backer at any level, you'll get it free. So don't buy it, just get it for free as a backer. This is going to have the new updated character sheet, and several little bits that will allow you to start playing Blade 68 on Roll20 right now, or as soon as it comes out, at least. And also there is right now, this is a now thing, there is a 40-page preview PDF. I think I mentioned this about the follow campaign, but just in case I didn't, there's a 40-page free preview PDF you can get through drive-through. You can go to our website and there's a link to the landing page, the follow page, which has a link to it. You can go directly to BackerKit, link to it. While you're there, follow the campaign so you can be notified when it goes live. It's going to be fantastic. We have a lot of really great rewards that we have planned. So, yeah, really, really good stuff. All right, Dagger Isles, more blades in the dark. Pam, John, and I have been working on tons of revisions post playtest. And in the previous months, I went through some of the character playbook changes, and now I'm going to tease a couple of the crew playbooks. Now, these don't look pretty. This is in a Google Doc right now. It'll go into layout down the line, so this doesn't look as gorgeous as other materials do. But this is some of the new playbook abilities, starting with the Gold Hands. The Gold Hands are the Psychopomps and the Mourners. They're the ones who make sure that the dead receive the services they need, which is really important because the Empire's view of cremation does not align with Daggerite values. So preserving customs is actually an act of criminality and liberation in the Dagger Isles. And we can see a couple of their special abilities. Mirrored worlds. Through an intimate connection with the dead, you know the sacred right to create a safe passage into the ghost field. Spend a downtime action and prepare a luminant mirror, which allows your crew to enter the ghost field and leave no trace while traveling there. Really good, cool stuff. Lots of fun ties to the ghost field. Anyways, really, really fun stuff with the Gold Hands. And then we have the Cloud Jaws. The Cloud Jaws are the envoys, the emissaries. They're the ones that trade goods and, most importantly, information. They traditionally, they've been the ones who kept records of feuds and settlements and peace agreements. And they are still the ones who are keeping communities in touch and supplied and resourced. Again, often a criminal act just because it involves getting what might be called contraband, which might be contraband to people, and sharing knowledge that might be verboten, hidden. So this is just one ability, but it's the real boss of the game. Through a pact with the little gods of land and water, the animals that draw your vehicles serve as mounts possess superior intellect, and act as a cohort. They have cool edges like being fierce or hardy or amphibious, and fun flaws like ornery or mischief makers or voracious. And some of the animals that you might have could be caribou or crocodiles or horses or monitor lizards or giant roosters or tigers or turtles or huge sea eagles or witch dogs. Very cool stuff. The pact is a powerful thing capable of reconstructing the corporeal forms of your animal companions. In the event that they are destroyed, they are reborn by the Dawada at the end of your next downtime. Did they reform in a cacophony of blood and snapping bones, rebuild themselves out of the mud, or emerge from the husks of their broken bodies? Bullshit. All right. Jumping from Blades of the Dark to Monster of the Week, we have the Mystic Marginalia, which is a stretch goal for the latest Monster of the Week crowdfunding campaign, Hunter's Journal, and Slayer Survival Kit. The Mystic Marginalia is over 100 pages of zoom in and zoom out combat moves, new playbooks, new team playbooks, and advice on mystery generation, which is a long time coming. So tons of great material here. The book is done, the layout and proofing is all done. The handouts and Roll20 is in development now. Umdaar, Planet of Swords, Super Science and Sorcery. Literally yesterday, I posted in our Discord. I think all the pieces are finally in there. After the last playtest and the last release of Umdaar, we found lots of elements where things were cross-referenced all over the book, where there was lots of confusion around what were the options, and we just pulled everything apart and really honed it down to focusing on Umdaar. So we have awesome archetypes and awesome bioforms and very cool stunts and lots of adventures with the masters and the freelands and the dread domains and the wildernexes and the runes. There's so much in this game. It's going to be it was gigantic to begin with. It's still massive. We have pared it down quite a bit for clarity's sake, but we have not removed any content. There is so much good content in this game. And as of yesterday, we have torn it all apart and stuck it back together. So there's still lots to look through and edit and make sure it's cohesive and make sure all of the page references are matching and all that stuff. But we have a draft, and I'm very proud of having that draft. Goal was to get it done by the end of the month, and lo and behold, we are 9 days away, and we got it. So more news on Umdaar soon. It is a coincidence that Masters of the Universe is coming out on June 5th. And Umdaar might be coming out around that. That was not intended. I could not have foreseen that. But wouldn't it be cool if they came out around the same time? I don't know. It's hard to say, but I'm shooting for it. I'm really hoping that we have our own Fate game that would be just great for playing a Masters of the Universe game if that's your jam. A little few bits. Last time I think I showed that we had part 1, 2, and 3 in progress. Part 4 had not been started. Part 5 didn't even exist. Now we have all 5 parts complete. And here's a little example of one of the setting pieces. The known freelands include the Gale Gliders, the Wood Watchers, the Tsunami Surfers, the Burrow Builders, and the Five Fingers. And the Gale Watchers, we see their location, the Flying Citadels of Nimbusina. The leader is Saras, First Wing of the Aviators. This is a flying city, and their principal value is individual freedom at all costs, and their current issue is our flying tech and magic are working erratically, and the impending issue is our numbers are dwindling. Apologies for all the markup. This is what our text looks like before it goes in the layout. It's kind of gnarly. You get used to it, but this is the markup language we use so that when we put it into InDesign, we can get it formatted much quicker than we would if we had to do it by hand. All right, Abyssal is still under works. I just got a message from Vi about the next steps, and we're gonna start getting together, I think next week, to review the current draft. So I'm excited to see where it is, and we'll keep developing those playbooks and keep working on the revisions. Rangers of the Broken World. I just finished my developmental edit pass a few weeks ago, and it's now going into the final edit. And the art from Lauren is underway. This is the work in progress of the cover art. And we're going to see our Rangers in the center and a noble demon around them, and the world itself spiraling around them as well. I can't wait to see this, the final version of this. If you are curious about Rangers, Leon has a design blog or design diaries on our blog, and you can check out the Evil Hat website, evilhat.com/blog, to find the design diaries there. Leon goes into detail about all the playbooks of the world, the major elements like the War Machine Automata, the noble demons, the horrors of the dead. Really great details about the inspirations for the game and where it's going. If you're not familiar, Rangers of the Broken World is a game about these rangers who are trying to put the world back together after a horrible war and a cataclysmic event. And the world, it is a game of hope, but it is a game of dire circumstance. It's a very dark fairy tale kind of world, and the Rangers are doing what they can to make the world a little better. Something I'd love it if we were all doing. I think one of the things that playing games and connecting with people does is builds our empathy, builds our critical thinking, helps us to understand each other better. And I think in that way, we are making the world a little better. GodKiller by Connie Chang, a holy punk RPG for one player, the GodKiller, and one GM, the God. Connie and C playtested this back at PAX back in November. They had a lot of great feedback from that. You can see some pictures of them looking super badass with a massive sword and playing GodKiller. Connie and C came back with tons of feedback from this, and Connie is currently working on the GM moves, creating the cradle, which is the setting, and also currently it is a 2-player game, 1 GM, 1 player. But we're working on solo. Connie is working on solo versions and multiplayer versions as well. So GodKiller continues in progress. And then Tian Deng, the Tales from the Immortal Godship. This is the game of near retirees in space, and they're even older godship. It starts with the Chinese diaspora in space. It's a beautiful solar system that the lore team has created. And right now the game is in an internal playtest. After we did our open playtest, we did a bunch of revisions. Now we're running it by some folks to do internal playtesting to see if those revisions really clicked, how they worked. That'll be going through the next month. So probably next month, I'm just going to be able to say, hey, the playtest finished, and we're now reviewing the feedback. But I'm excited to see how that feedback comes soon. Project Perseus, Super Spies versus the Supernatural, 1980s Atomic Blonde meets Vampires and Werewolves. It's amazing spy action goodness. The last time I think I teased a little bit about the agency itself. This time here's one of the moves, pushing the limits. Normally when you find an artifact, it can be used for a certain effect, but you can push that to do something more. When you try to use a supernatural object in ways not intended for it to function, tell the GM what you want to do that is related to its former function. Maybe it's not possible. This game has lots of scenarios in which you realize, like, aha, that is not how this works. I will have to try another way. But if the effect you want is achievable, roll your supernatural. And then you find out what happens. And it can be explosive and amazing. It can be disastrous. It can be both. And the next one is the handlers. So Perseus is, I'm not sure if this is unique, but it's certainly uncommon. And that Perseus has 2 player roles. Most of the players will play agents going on the mission. But one of the players will play the handler, which is like your operative in the chair. They're the ones that are back at base. They're sitting out in the van. They're the ones that are feeding you intel, that are looking at things as you find them, that are covering for you. So 2 of the handlers' moves are, one is resist. If something bad is about to fall on agents, they have to roll with those punches. They don't have any options to resist bad consequences, but their handler does. The handler can spend their resources to provide assistance that can help the agents resist in the moment. Another example is gather information. They can use their library stat to learn more about the world around, which then helps the agents as they're going on their mission. Lots more handler moves, just giving you a little tease. As Sun Forever Resets by Riley Daniels is in post playtest revision, and that's probably going to be so through the end of the year. So not too much, not too many changes there, but we'll keep you posted as they are. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and getting an update on everything under the hat. Please, the world is a scary place. Please be good to yourself. And if you have the energy, be good to others as well. Thank you so much, and keep on gaming and keep on taking care.